Welcome to Time About the Movies Flashback. We're looking at the films of March 20th, 1987. 3 movies to look at, very notable movies, some good, some not so good, and a classic movie in general. So let's go ahead and just jump on into it. Let's start off with the biggest of the 3 new releases, Whoopi Goldberg starring in the heist comedy Burglar.
Whoopi Goldberg. She's just your average, hard-working burglar.
Is anybody home?
Trying to earn a living.
But what's behind curtain number 1?
But this time...
Oh, this is very nice, very nice.
Instead of making a killing, she's going to witness one. And for an independent woman, she's suddenly got quite a following.
Shoot her!
I'm not gonna shoot her!
They shoot her in L.A.
We're not in L.A.
Oh, you see that guy over there? That's my partner. Whoa! What's going on up there? You're honest, son. This is really hip like the brothers do. Better, and do better.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Bob Goldthwait.
So what are you doing when you're not driving your guys wild? Clear the sidewalk. The city of San Francisco thanks you. And I thank you, too.
Burglar.
To mama.
A first-rate comedy about a second-story woman. What did she say? Do the hand. She said do the hand. Burglar. When you care enough to take the very best.
Gotta stop doing this stuff.
Fun fact, that's how Whoopi Goldberg pretty much ended her film career, when she started taking movies like The Associate and Eddie and Karina and Bogus. She probably looked at it, she probably thought to herself, I gotta stop doing this, and that's why she's now on The View now, and she's been there for nearly 20 years, so I guess it's worked out for her. So in Burglar, Goldberg plays Bernice Bernie Rodenbar, who's a burglar by trade, and she runs a bookstore as well. Her friend Carl Heffler, played by Bobcat Goldthwait, is a dog groomer. After a successful burglary, it's discovered that a dead body was in the house she burgled. As she's the only one who can be placed at the scene of the crime, she has to use her criminal skills to clear her name of the murder and avoid getting charged with the burglary. So one of the problems with Whoopi Goldberg is that, you know, she can be very funny. She can be a pretty good actress overall. I mean, we've seen it in so many other movies, but when she picks some bad movies, she picks some real bad movies. And after The Color Purple, a lot of the movies she picked were not big successes overall. Jumpin' Jack Flash, Fatal Beauty, and this movie in particular, Homer and Eddie. Just, they really felt devoid of her true talents overall. And this film has potential to work, and the fact that, here's the thing, this movie was originally a Bruce Willis vehicle. I'm not even kidding. I'm reading here. Jeff Loeb, who's one of the writers for this, said that Burglar was intended to be a serious vehicle for Bruce Willis, and Whoopi Goldberg was supposed to play the role of the character's neighbor. And so when Willis dropped out, it essentially became her movie. And because it went from a serious movie to a comedy, that's really hard to do, and you really need good people to make that work in general. And unfortunately, it just wasn't there. Let's talk about Hugh Wilson. Hugh Wilson did Police Academy a couple years before that, and his last movie, Rustler's Rhapsody, which I think was a much better movie, in my opinion, than Police Academy was, even though it wasn't the big hit that they were expecting it to. But this director has done some stuff I've liked down the road. Guarding Test, The First Wives Club, Blast from the Past, Dudley Do-Right. Of course, he's done a lot of TV shows, WKRP in Cincinnati, Frank's Place, The Famous Teddy C. So there is good talent across the board here. Just the script overall just wasn't that great in general. And Bobcat Goldthwait can be very good too. I've seen it. He's another person that wasn't really given the right roles in general. Like this is a role that probably fits him better, but there's just not enough good material there. John Goodman's also in the movie too, in a year where most people will see him in Raising Arizona, and you know, a year before he becomes Roseanne's wife on Roseanne. But yeah. But other than that, though, this is not really a great movie overall. It's really kind of a lackluster film, and God bless Whoopi Goldberg. She's trying her best to save it, but in the end, the script was just too much for it to really be something that special. So, yeah, definitely a major disappointment indeed. Burglar could have been so much more. It just isn't there. But we do start to get to some good movies later on. Let's go ahead and move on to our next movie, which is Christopher Reeve and Morgan Freeman starring in Street Smart.
Street Smart. Smart is the best movie I've seen this year. Go see it. Neil Rosen, WORTD, New York. It's a bare-knuckle sizzler. Robert Osborne, The Movie Channel. A riveting urban thriller. Molly Haskell, Vogue. An excellent film, a 9. Gary Franklin, ABC TV. Ought to blow your brains out right now. I'm Dick, you're Dick. Christopher Reeve, Morgan Freeman, Street Smart.
Street Smart starts Friday at a theater near you.
It figures that Cannon makes actually a pretty damn good movie, and it ends up bombing at the box office and essentially leads to the company falling under. I mean, this was also the same year they had Superman 4: The Quest for Peace, which coincidentally this movie was made because Reeves was given the financial backing he needed. This was actually a passion project for him. And you can definitely see why when you watch the film. He plays an ambitious reporter who fabricates an interview with a pimp played by Morgan Freeman. And when he doesn't come until later on. When a real pimp who closely matches the fictional description, that's the one who's played by Freeman, is indicted for murder, both he and the prosecutor try to exploit the reporters for their own ends. You have Kathy Baker and Mimi Rogers in here as well. And this is a movie that really is definitely a lot better. Most people thought that Christopher Reeve, outside the Superman movies, didn't really have the best track record. I mean, he had a couple of good movies there, Somewhere in Time, but then there were a lot of movies that weren't bad films, they just didn't do well at the box office, and this is definitely one of those ones that really is up there with some of his best work, because he actually is playing a very good character in this, playing this magazine reporter. But really, the breakout star of this is Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman is fantastic in the movie. A chance for him to branch out as an actor, the actor that we know him to be now. He actually got nominated for an Academy Award for this performance in this movie, as well as a Golden Globe Award. But unfortunately, the film didn't do well. It's a shame because, like I said, it's a Cannon movie that actually is good, and nobody wants to go see it. Like they wanted but. Like I said before, Cannon was pretty much going under at this point. I mean, they were really struggling to keep up, and when Superman 4 crashed and burned, it was pretty much game over for them. But they did make some good movies, and this is definitely one that I do recommend checking out as one of their more underrated movies. It's a film that's definitely worth it. The performances are great. Christopher Reeve and Morgan Freeman are top-notch. It's a really good movie. I highly recommend it. Street Smart. So, with that said, let's go ahead and move on to the best movie of the week, and that is, of course, Hollywood Shuffle.
Hi, my name is Robert Townsend, and it's hard to make a movie in Hollywood, but I did, with the help of a few friends and a few credit cards.
I ain't we got no weapons. I ain't we got no weapons.
My film's about making it as an actor in Hollywood.
The only role they gonna let us do is a slave, a butler, or some street hood or something. Don't sell out, though.
Oh, promised land. Minnesota?
But the real trick is finding a juicy role when the odds are against you.
Good luck, brother.
What we're looking for is an Eddie Murphy type.
What is happening with your cool vibes?
Thank you.
You're the worst actor I've ever seen in my life.
Then they said I wasn't black enough for the part.
Ricky, can you tell us what you've been doing since you've graduated?
Well, Robert, I played 9 crooks, 4 gang leaders, 2 dope dealers. I played a rapist twice. Whoa, that was fun.
They'll never play the Rambos until they stop playing the Santos.
I just want to be me. I don't want to be Eddie Murphy.
He's the one we want.
I just want... Hollywood Shuffle.
Now that was a good movie.
I love this movie. It was genius.
Go see it today, please. Because I got to pay off these credit cards. Tell your friends about it. Lots of friends. Your cousins, your aunts, your uncle, maybe your ex-wife. Take a bum to the movies. Go see Hollywood Shuffle today, please.
Well, how can I go see the movie when it's coming soon to a theater near me and it's not playing now? You got to think about these things, Robert. Also, I like to think that that's him after the Meteor Man kind of ruined his career. It's just like, please go see my movie, please. And yeah, it's a shame what happened to Robert Townsend. His career kind of came and went, and it definitely started off on the right track here. This is a satirical Hollywood comedy about the racial stereotypes of African Americans in film and television, and tracks the attempt of Bobby Taylor, played by Townsend, to become a successful actor in the mental and external roadblocks he encounters, represented through a series of interspersed vignettes and fantasies. Basically just short skits in general. And it's somewhat autobiographical, reflecting Townsend's experience as a black actor when he was told he was not black enough for certain roles. And some people have said that this movie can be criticized for all the stereotypes in there, but one of the big things was that the stereotypes and the fact that women of homosexuals, it was seen as kind of like most people thought it was kind of a bad jabbing at them, but I think that was kind of the point of the movie, man. I mean, that was the whole point of it in general, and this thing still is really funny after all these years. It helps to have a script co-written by Keenan Ivory Wayans, who the next year would break out with I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, which is still a terrific comedy, and this is definitely up there in that same echelon. This is a really, really funny movie. It's a film that's so well done. A great cast overall in here, not just Townsend, but you have a lot of people from In Living Color, Keenan Ivory Wayans, Anne-Marie Johnson, you have John Witherspoon in here, the boss at Winky Dinky Dogs. I mean, this is, just a ton of fun parodies all across the board. I mean, one of them is one of the early examples of Siskel and Ebert being parodied in a big Hollywood project. I mean, there's a great bit where you have these two guys who are sneaking in the movie, who go into movie theaters to watch the films, sneak into the movie theaters, leave, and then come back again to give your reviews of it. I mean, it's called Sneaking into the Movies. It's a great segment and a really fun parody of the Siskel and Ebert reviewing Siskel and Ebert show in general, and it's a clever movie. It's a really clever movie that still very much holds up even by today's standards. I don't agree that the film is way too dated. There's still a lot of stuff in here that still holds up to this very day, and it just shows you what Robert Townsend was capable of doing as a director back then and what he could have been. His career kind of fell off after The Meteor Man came out in '93 when he was trying to go too big for it. It's like the movie was a precursor to that. And, of course, his career didn't really come back after that. And it's a shame because guys still had a lot of talent back then. It's just like... In fact, I don't even know. Has he done anything since The Meteor Man? Now I'm curious. Okay, he's done a couple of things, but not great stuff. Babs is another one of those movies that kind of killed the career for him. But he did direct stuff like Phantom Punch, In the Hive. He's appeared in stuff like Up and Away, the Disney Channel movie. He was in Soul Food. He was one of the main people behind Parenthood. He was involved with The Last OG. He was in a Scooby-Doo movie. So he has done some stuff, but really after mostly The Meteor Man, but also Babs, his career kind of took a nosedive, and it's a shame because it really kind of ruined what could have been a really great career for him in general. And it's a good movie. It's a really good film that still holds up. Hollywood Shuffle is one I have to recommend. I mean, it's a terrific film, very funny, very silly, very satirical, just ahead of its time. I mean, this is a movie that, not really ahead of its time, it's a movie that still holds up after all these years, and just like, it's a terrific film. It's a terrific film. I can't recommend it enough. Hollywood Shuffle. And thus, with all that said, we wrap up another edition of Time About the Movies Flashback. We'll flashback to the 13th of March, 1987, with three movies in particular. Burt Reynolds starring in Heat, the sequel to The Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, and the aforementioned Raising Arizona with Nicolas Cage and Holly Hunter, and directed by the Coen brothers and featuring John Goodman as one of the members of the cast. So we'll take a look at those three movies. That'll be coming up next week on the show. But until then, thanks for watching this, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and hit the playlist on the next page. Check out the previous episode. And also don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button below, as well as the bell so you get updates on when new videos come out. And we do post new videos here every day. So with all that said, I'm off. I'll see you guys next time, and until then, as always, take care.